Any other things that you can think of that tips and tricks you'd recommend?
For sure. I mean, it's always kind of starting with those big things. Like you want to start with time, you want to start with area, and then as you can kind of whittle that comp list down to like 10, then that's where we'll look at some of the more small factors like finishes. Is there like a detached garage? Maybe how big is the lot size? We start big, we end small, so that we can, find something that's most similar. Another thing is that we look on days on market, like a house might have sold at a certain amount, but if it sat there for 60 days to get there, or, we see how many price deductions it had, those are going to be significant as well.
That makes sense too. And you don't want to comp a new build home to something built in the 60s or the 70s.
Sure.
They're going to be different. Yeah. Same with type of house. Like if you have a brick ranch versus a 2-story vinyl house, those are different styles of houses.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, definitely. We want to keep it similar. Maybe within 10 to 15 years of the construction date. Always want to keep it on the same story if we can. We're not going to compare a ranch house to like an elevated 2-story or 3-story house. All that's going to be significant factors.
Yeah, and then I try to stay in a 250 to 500 square foot range if I'm looking at things like price per square foot, because the bigger the house, typically the lower price per square foot that you're getting into. So try to keep those sizes the same. And if you have a 2-bed and a 3-bed, and along that same square foot, that third bedroom, like you said, just like a detached garage or a pool, those are going to add value compared to the other thing.
Yeah, one last thing I'll say, I feel like you're the one who says this, is that comping properties is way more of an art than it is a science.
Yep.
And I feel like that's where we have a ton of value to add at RCG, is just our years of experience. We know the areas, how things compare, even just knowing like how different properties compare, whether it's a ranch house or an elevated house, stuff like that. So it really takes kind of that time in the market to know how things compare way more than it does just like a price per square foot metric or something like that.
Well, and I think that's one of our benefits too, is when I have a struggle with the comp, I might come to you, vice versa. Same thing with Dan. We just bounce this back out to each other till we all feel confident in a number to be. Anyway, we run our numbers conservatively, but we want to make sure that we give our clients, like, if we say this house should sell between this range, that's typically where it will sell. We take pride in coming pretty close on that. So.
Totally. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Yeah.